Hi, I'm Beth Comstock. We're here to do The Future in 5. I'm so delighted to be talking to Peter Diamandis. We're all trying to navigate change, get ready for change. What I thought we could do is learn from people who are trying to invent the future and give us great examples of leadership and dealing with what's ahead. This is The Future in 5. Who are you? What's your story?
Sure. So I am a serial parallel entrepreneur. I've had now 18 startups. I started and run the X Prize Foundation, where I'm executive chairman, which works on large-scale global competitions to solve world problems. I serve as the co-founder and executive chairman of Singularity University in Silicon Valley that focuses on exponential technologies impacting billion-person problems. I co-founded the world's largest genomic sequencing company, Human Longevity, the world's first asteroid mining company, Planetary Resources, which is amazing. We just did. We're going out there with deep space drones to go to asteroids to characterize them and prospect them for resources. I'm someone who is extremely passionate about the future. I've had the pleasure of writing 2 New York Times bestsellers, Abundance, The Future is Better Than You Think, and Bold, How to Create Wealth and Impact the World.
So you talk about yourself as a parallel entrepreneur. I love that thought. I want to capture that. I actually was struggling for a phrase to define you. Renaissance man doesn't quite do it. Polymath, you're just filled with imagination.
I'm a 9-year-old kid having fun.
A 9-year-old kid having fun. Okay, so how does a 9-year-old kid in a relatively young man's body, how do you see the future from where you sit? What would you advise people to think about when they want to grab a hold of the future?
So I see the future as the most exciting time ever to be alive. We're living in a time today where, as an entrepreneur, as a head of a business division, as an employee, as a member of a team, you have extraordinary capabilities, right? If you think about it, every one of us has access to more knowledge and information today as an individual than the presidents of any nation had 20 years ago when we're on Google. We have access to more cloud computational power as individuals going on to AWS, Amazon Web, or Azure, or Google Cloud, whatever it might be, to be able to take on whatever we want. There's access to more capital than ever before. So I'm excited about the realization that there's nothing that's truly impossible. It comes from the individual's passion. So I'm always, as I'm talking to executive teams, as I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I'm asking, what's your massively transformative purpose? What is it that lights you up, that gets you excited in the morning to go in? Like, how do you want to change the world? Like, what are you and your team doing that's really that you're thrilled about, that the world is thrilled about, that people want to come and join you and your team because of the meaning, the potential that you have.
So I thought I'd address today some of the problems we're dealing with at GE that I'm sure are quite familiar, and that really is, how do you reinvent yourself? And I don't think you have to be a 140-year-old company to worry about reinventing. I don't care how old your company is. These days, I think you have to be constantly thinking about what's next, what's new, and how do I adapt. You advise everyone, have an MTP. Again, it's a massively
transformative purpose.
And how does one get one?
So as an individual, you look to, what did you want to do as a kid, right? What was it that lights you up?
What did you want to do as a kid?
I wanted to be an astronaut, right? So space was always my MTP, and it can change over the years, and so space really fueled me. Apollo and Star Trek got me going. I've started, of my 18 companies, half of them are released in the space arena. A company takes people to the space station, a company does zero gravity flights. My first university was International Space University. Very proud of those, driven and fueled by that. Another way you can sort of solicit your MTP is if I gave you $1 billion and said,
it would be good. Could you give me $1 billion?
Yeah, happily. Or actually, you're GE. I might ask you for $1 billion. But if I gave you $1 billion and said, do good in the world, what would you do with it, right? Yeah. And just that question of really, truly getting in your space of thinking about that starts to elicit from you where you want to make a difference in the world.
When you were this 9-year-old kid trying to be an astronaut, were you always imaginative, or is this something you've had to force yourself to open up over the years?
I've developed that. I've developed that muscle of saying, okay, what is crazy, right? The day before something is really a breakthrough, it's a crazy idea.
Okay, so a lot of the people I work with, a lot of people we all know, when someone tells them that's crazy, that's a cartoon, that's silly, they walk away.
Yeah,
what kept you coming back and going, no, but there's something there?
Just, is it against the laws of physics? And if it's not, what tools we have, especially in GE, oh my God, I mean, GE is like this collection of tools that change the world. I mean, the products insert, when I walk in, get into a GE MRI, for example, that's magic.
It is magic.
It's magic. I mean, I can't think about, for the price you guys sell it for, I can't think about the amount of computational algorithms. Oh my God. I mean, for the value, it's very low cost relative to the value. But ultimately, it's magic, and it was crazy, even just 10 years ago. So there is nothing that is truly crazy. It's a matter of, can you bring the right people, technology, and capital to bear to create that vision? And so it's got to be, everything is hard. So it's got to be fueled by the emotional energy. Like, damn it, I refuse to give up. I'm going to solve this problem. I don't know how right now, but I know it's solvable, and I'm going to keep doing it.
Last question. What's one thing you'd like to change?
In the world of wealthy individuals, there's like the Giving Pledge. And the Giving Pledge, put up by Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, says you should give half of your money to a charity during your lifetime. And I think that's bullshit. Can I say that?
Yeah, say whatever you want.
So I think it's like, I think people and companies need to be focusing on calling their shot and saying, we're going to solve this problem. And I'm going to use my wealth, my billions or whatever, to go and make the world a better place.
So kind of what Gates is doing with the new energy fund he started,
yes, he's doing that in malaria, he's doing that. So I think if the world's biggest problems are the world's biggest business opportunities. Help 1 billion people and create, become a billionaire. So I really would love to see both individual philanthropists and corporations publicly calling their shot on which of, we're going to solve women safety issues in Africa.
So a series of grand challenges.
Grand challenges that companies put their brand and individuals put their brand against and call it in public, which forces them to actually think about it, makes it real.
I love checking in with you. You always make me think. I love your vision of the future, and thanks for taking a few minutes to share it with us. Thanks a lot. Thanks.